The sirens cut through the night. The flashing red and blue lights outside Gao Taiyu's luxurious private residence were the first signs that something far darker than celebrity drama was unfolding. Tonight, we are diving into the shocking arrest of actor Gao Taiyu, directly connected to the horrifying and mysterious death of Yu Menglong, a case that has already shaken the entertainment industry to its core. If you're watching this right now, then stay with me, because in the next few minutes you'll discover the chilling details of what really went down inside that residence, the explosive confrontation between police and Gao Taiyu, and the jaw-dropping evidence that has fans and investigators alike convinced that this case is far from ordinary. You're not just getting speculation. What you'll hear today are the mind-blowing revelations, the visuals, and the sequences of events that piece together how a night of glamour, betrayal, and hidden grudges spiraled into a nightmare. So stick around till the end, because you won't believe what was discovered during the arrest itself. The arrest wasn't just a quiet knock at the door. It was a calculated, high-stakes operation. Around midnight, neighbors reported hearing loud pounding, shouts of "police, open up," and the sound of doors being forced open. Moments later, Gao Taiyu, still in casual clothing, was dragged out by multiple officers. His hands were cuffed tightly behind his back as flashbulbs from hidden cameras illuminated his stunned, almost lifeless expression. But here's the part that left fans frozen: he didn't resist. Gao Taiyu didn't fight back, didn't protest. Instead, he simply lowered his head as though he already knew this moment was coming. That eerie calmness made the arrest scene feel less like a surprise raid and more like the climax of a story long in the making. Why was Gao Taiyu arrested? The answer lies in the disturbing timeline leading up to Yu Menglong's final hours. Investigators have been piecing together footage, witness statements, and digital records, and all paths began circling back to Gao Taiyu's orbit. Authorities revealed that during the night of the infamous party just hours before Yu Menglong's death, Gao Taiyu was seen leaving with him in a car that was unaccounted for in earlier reports. What happened in those missing hours became the centerpiece of suspicion. Inside Gao Taiyu's residence, the search team uncovered what has now been described as critical evidence. Though the police have not disclosed all details publicly, insiders whispered about a secured laptop, a shattered phone hidden under the floorboards, and even a set of documents that contained Yu Menglong's name repeatedly scribbled across them. Some pages appeared to be personal notes, others financial records. But the most chilling discovery: a single framed photo of Yu Menglong tucked away in Gao Taiyu's private study, its glass cracked, as if smashed in anger. As the footage of Gao Taiyu's arrest began circulating online, fans worldwide reacted with a mix of disbelief and rage. How could a friendship that once appeared so strong end with one man in handcuffs and the other in a grave? Comments flooded social media. "I can't believe Gao Taiyu had anything to do with Yu Menglong's death," wrote one fan, while another countered, "The way he looked when they arrested him, he knows something. He's hiding everything." But here's where things become truly mind-blowing. A leaked clip from the arrest itself surfaced later that night. In it, officers can be heard shouting, "We have the footage. It's over," before dragging Gao Taiyu away. That statement, "We have the footage," set the internet on fire. Which footage? Was it the rumored full CCTV video that shows what really happened between Gao Taiyu and Yu Menglong? If so, then Gao's quiet compliance suddenly makes terrifying sense. He knew the truth had already been caught on camera. Neighbors who witnessed the event gave chilling details. One woman described how Gao Taiyu stood motionless at his gate as though frozen in time, even as the cuffs clicked shut. Another neighbor claimed they heard him whisper, "I didn't mean for it to end this way." Whether that statement was directed at police, or perhaps to Yu Menglong's memory, remains unclear. Meanwhile, investigators revealed that Gao Taiyu had been under surveillance for days leading up to the arrest. His private residence had been monitored, with undercover operatives disguised as maintenance workers and delivery staff. Officials were waiting for the exact moment they could step in and make the arrest watertight, ensuring no chance of evidence destruction or escape. And this is where the case twists again. During the search of Gao Taiyu's mansion, police reportedly found a hidden basement room. Inside, walls covered in newspaper clippings and magazine articles about Yu Menglong, some dating back years. It was as if Gao Taiyu had built a shrine or an obsession that no one knew about. Investigators are now questioning whether this fixation was one of admiration gone wrong, or a rivalry that spiraled into something much darker. As this arrest plays out on the world stage, fans are now demanding answers. Was Gao Taiyu secretly harboring resentment against Yu Menglong? Did the two have a falling out that the public never knew about? And most importantly, what exactly was on that recovered CCTV footage? Media outlets are calling this one of the most dramatic downfalls in recent celebrity history. The contrast between Gao Taiyu's public persona, a polished, charismatic actor, and the private man whose residence became the site of such shocking discoveries is almost too staggering to process. Overnight, his career has shifted from rising star to headline suspect in a case that could redefine trust within the entire entertainment industry. The most heartbreaking part of all? Fans of Yu Menglong, still grieving his loss, now face the unbearable possibility that someone he once trusted may have had a direct hand in his horrifying end. Has justice finally caught up, or are we witnessing the framing of an innocent man? The world is now holding its breath for the trial that could reveal everything. And here's where you come in. This story is far from over, and as new details continue to leak, we'll be here to uncover them. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Gao Taiyu was truly involved in Yu Menglong's death, or is there another shocking twist still hidden from us? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your perspective might just shape how this story is remembered. The air around Gao Taiyu's residence was electric that night, thick with tension and whispers as curious neighbors peeked through their curtains. What began as a quiet, upscale neighborhood suddenly turned into the epicenter of the most explosive celebrity scandal in recent memory. Police vehicles lined the street, officers stormed the property, and the sight of one of China's most recognizable actors being dragged out in handcuffs made the entire scene look like something from a high-budget drama, but this was no script. This was real. Witnesses later described the arrest as surreal. The heavy boots of officers echoed as they marched through Gao Taiyu's marble-floored entryway, overturning furniture and ripping through hidden compartments. This wasn't just a standard search, it was a full-scale raid. A neighbor, still shaking hours later, recalled the moment she heard the sound of splintering wood as the front door gave way. "I thought it was an earthquake at first," she confessed. "But when I looked out, I saw the flashing lights, the police shouting, and then him, Gao Taiyu, standing there in shock." What struck people the most wasn't just the arrest itself, but Gao Taiyu's eerie calmness throughout the chaos. When the officers finally restrained him, he didn't scream, didn't fight, didn't demand a lawyer. Instead, he walked slowly, almost robotically, as if he had been waiting for this moment all along. That strange composure left many questioning, did he know this day was coming? Inside his residence, things were even more bizarre. The mansion, usually pictured in glossy magazines as a symbol of modern luxury, had rooms that felt more like pieces of a psychological thriller. Police sources later leaked that the officers stumbled upon a locked study that required force to open. Inside, they found walls covered with clippings, photos, and handwritten notes. Some papers had Yu Menglong's name scribbled across them dozens of times in red ink. Others were printouts of news articles about Yu's career, his roles, his interviews, and even his private life. The discovery of this so-called obsession room immediately sparked theories online. Was Gao Taiyu's admiration for Yu Menglong innocent at first but twisted into something far darker? Or was this a rival actor's attempt to keep tabs on his competition? The internet was split, but one thing was undeniable: the image of Gao Taiyu as a harmless celebrity had been shattered in an instant. And then came the whispered reports of what was found in his basement. Hidden behind a soundproofed door, police uncovered a space that neighbors didn't even know existed. The details remain under wraps, but sources suggested it wasn't just storage, it was a place carefully prepared for secrecy. That discovery alone fueled a storm of online speculation, with fans demanding to know, what was Gao Taiyu hiding there? The most shocking part of the night, however, was captured on a leaked clip that quickly went viral. As Gao Taiyu was being escorted out of the house, someone, possibly a neighbor filming from a phone, recorded him turning his head toward the flashing lights and whispering something under his breath. When the video was slowed down and analyzed by eager fans, the words appeared to be, "He shouldn't have been there." That cryptic phrase sent shockwaves through the fandom. Who was he? Was Gao talking about Yu Menglong? Was it a slip of guilt, an admission of involvement, or simply a moment of confusion? Analysts, fans, and even amateur lip readers flooded social media with theories, each one more dramatic than the last. Some believed Gao was hinting at an uninvited presence that night, someone who shouldn't have attended the fatal party or been part of Yu's final hours. Others insisted it was a coded confession. But what makes this scene even more chilling is the timeline investigators later revealed. They confirmed that Yu Menglong had been in contact with Gao Taiyu just hours before his death. That simple fact turned the arrest into more than a suspicion, it turned it into a potential turning point in the case. The once glossy image of two actors crossing paths now looked like a puzzle piece fitting into a sinister picture. The streets outside Gao Taiyu's home were buzzing with more than just police that night. Fans, journalists, and paparazzi swarmed the area, shouting questions as the actor was pushed into the back of a squad car. "Did you kill Yu Menglong?" one voice cried out. Gao didn't look up, didn't flinch. He kept his head down, his expression unreadable, his silence louder than any denial could have been. And perhaps the most haunting moment of all, when the police convoy finally pulled away from the scene, one final sound cut through the night. A lone fan, crying uncontrollably, screamed Yu Menglong's name into the darkness. That raw grief, echoing against the walls of the neighborhood, became the soundtrack of a tragedy that was no longer just about a shocking death, but about betrayal, obsession, and justice. The world now waits for the official trial, but this arrest has already left an unforgettable mark. Gao Taiyu's calm demeanor, the hidden rooms inside his home, the whispered words during his arrest, all these details form a story more intense than any role he ever played on screen. And as each piece of evidence surfaces, the truth feels both closer and more elusive at the same time. But now the question shifts to you, the viewers. Do you believe Gao Taiyu was directly involved in Yu Menglong's horrifying death, or is he a scapegoat caught in the wrong place at the wrong time? Could his strange calmness during the arrest be a sign of guilt, or was it the resignation of a man wrongly accused? And what about the whispered words, "He shouldn't have been there"? What do you think they truly mean? Before you go, don't forget to like this video to keep this investigation alive, share it so more people can uncover the truth, and subscribe because every new update brings us closer to understanding what really happened. Most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your theories, your suspicions, and even your wildest takes. Do you think Gao Taiyu's arrest finally cracks open the mystery behind Yu Menglong's horrifying end, or are we still just scratching the surface of a much darker story?